Hey, what's up you guys? It's Travis. Before I begin this video, I'm just going to address the glasses that I'm wearing right now. No, they do not have frames in them. I take out the frames so that I can film, but I still want to wear them because I want to. But you guys always compliment me on the frames as well, so thank you for that. I get them from Urban Outfitters, and they're really cool because the lenses actually are UV protection lenses. As you can tell, they're not normal sunglasses, but they're very reflective because they reflect UV rays. So they double as sunglasses. So if you guys want to get them, check them out down below because I love them so much. I broke them last week actually, and I just bought a new pair. So if you guys want to check them out, do so down below. Getting to the meat of the story, let's talk about dating. I went out with someone recently, but it was not a date. This is a choice. I've decided consciously that I do not want to date because I'm currently in another situation that has tied up my heart for a while now. It's kind of leveled out, but until it's completely level, I'm not gonna bring other people into my equation to mix things up or try and shake things up because I don't need that right now. But anyway, I went out with someone very recently who reached out to me in a certain way. I'm trying to keep details random here, but he reached out to me and it seemed very formal, so I thought that was just kind of like a networking thing. Normally I would be a little more skeptical, but I was open to it because I'm trying to kind of reinvent my life in a certain way, I guess. And this seems like a good way to do it, meeting new people. So I went out with this guy, and yes, he's very handsome. He has really nice brown hair. He's tall. He's got a great smile, but I'm not looking at him that way. And when I met him, he has a great personality as well. But my mind wasn't in the dating zone at all. So I was just thinking, oh, this seems like a nice person. Let me get to know this person for who he is. Because of that, I wasn't watching what I was saying. I was just kind of saying whatever I wanted to say because I wasn't thinking it was a date. I was sitting there eating with my mouth open. Like, oh yeah, so where are you from? Because I didn't care. I didn't care that much. It's not that I didn't care about him, but it's like I didn't have the same care that I normally have when I'm going on a date trying to impress someone. Halfway through the date, there was this moment where I said something that he thought was funny. We both like laughed for a second, and then I saw him look up and he just goes, the shake. He did the head shake, and I said, oh shit. He thinks this is a date. I knew it. I know that look, and I saw infatuation growing in his eyes, and then I thought, oh shit. I started backtracking. I started trying to think of everything that I'd said up to that point and hoping that I hadn't led him on. I don't think that I did because I was going about it completely as a friend would. But the problem with me is that people always think that I'm more into them than I actually am. It's because of my eyes. I have these really big eyes that look like a cartoon character, and when I'm looking at you in the eyes, for some reason people think that means that I'm in love with them. I have like this puppy dog, like little expression that's like, apart from my eyes, I also give you undivided attention when you're talking. So when I'm in a conversation with you, one thing that I like about myself is that I really pay attention. While you're talking, nothing else in the world exists. I'm listening to you completely. You have my undivided attention. And so I look like this when you're talking, which I don't think means I'm in love with you, but a lot of people do. I think most people are used to others sitting there with their phones, giving them half the attention, which I can't stand. And so I try not to do that. So when you're talking, I give you my undivided attention. However, I think that might have been misleading for some reason because I was just showing him respect. And so I knew that he liked me. He walks me home. It's very romantic if that's what I wanted it to be. He's super well spoken. He's very talented. He's a singer. He's on Broadway. So we get back to my apartment. He walks me to my front door like a true gentleman, and he tries to kiss me. And I wasn't ready to kiss him. I wasn't gonna kiss anybody. And so I wrapped my neck so far around his when I went in for that hug that you think I was a giraffe. I could have done 2 laps around his neck. I was trying to keep it so tight to stop him from trying to kiss me. But once we released from that cringe ass moment, I started walking up my stairs and he grabbed my hand and pulled me back to try and kiss me. Oh. So I had to do the giraffe thing again. I wrapped my neck right around him, and you know, this thing is long. It can get a lot of miles around your head. So he kind of got the hint, and then we separated, and then I went upstairs and went to bed. Everything was fine though. So I definitely want to nurture this relationship with him because he seems like a nice guy and I could use a nice friend. But then the text messages started coming through. Hey, I had so much fun last night. You're truly a gentleman. I want to spend more time with you. And it just kept coming through and coming through and coming through. And I wasn't even at my phone. I had my phone plugged in next to my nightstand over there. My phone had like 13 text messages. And I was like, who is you? Why? Why? But I didn't really think too much into it. I just thought, you know, he was excited. So I just texted him. I said, had fun too, have a good night. Like just simple, straight to the point. And all of a sudden, my phone's vibrating again while I'm trying to fall asleep. And he's sending me more text messages and more text messages and more text messages. And then man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Relax, I already said have a good night. And so I still humored it, and I was like, haha, whatever, to whatever he said, and I said, have a good night. Cut it off, shut it down, man, shut it down. The next day I wake up to 4 more text messages. He's already started his day, and he sends me this whole breakdown of what he's doing for the day, and I'm just like, I don't even respond at that point because it's too much. It's making me feel a little bit cringe, and all these good feelings that I had about him are suddenly disappearing because I'm like, man, relax. I don't think he's a crazy person, I just think he's interested, but you gotta bring it back some. There's no judgment here either. I've done this so many times before in my life. I show my heart too fast and then it scares people away, and I for sure have been scared away. So at this point, any attraction that I had for him starts to fade away because the next 2 days after that, he's texting my phone so much, I can't even keep track if I were paying complete attention to it. And of course, a lot of those text messages are like, I miss you so much, I wanna have dinner with you again, we should do this, we should do that, and it's like trapping me into this little vortex of plans that he has for us in our future, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this right now. I like you, you are a nice person, but I am not ready. And so that's kind of it. I am over him. I'm moving on now because it's just too much. Although it wasn't even something that I was interested in the first place. I just wanted a friend, or just like someone that I could work with at some point, or make a video with, or whatever. He wanted more, and yeah, it was kind of a bummer because I didn't get a chance to get to know him. And I don't even know if he knows what he did, but I know what that's like. I know what it's like to like someone so much and give so much of yourself to them because you want something more. You want to control the situation. You don't want them to leave you, but you just gotta let things happen naturally. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, and I try to be respectful. And actually, to be completely honest with you guys, I responded at one point and I said, hey, I'm not interested in dating right now because I'm still in this limbo state with someone else that I've been talking to for a while. I don't really know what's going to happen with that, but instead of disrespecting him or disrespecting you or myself, I'd rather just stay as friends right now. So many times in my life when I liked a guy, I wish a guy would have sent something like that to me, because usually I just get nothing. I get ghosted. And so I'd like to pay that same respect forward to somebody else. And you'd think that he would appreciate that, but instead he just kind of dismissed it and then kept doing what he was doing. So then it was like, okay man, I can't really help you anymore because you're not helping yourself. So the moral of this story for you little travelers listening to this right now is, if you like someone, dial it back and let them come to you. You can't do all the work. Relationships, dating, every part of that process of connecting with another human being needs to be met right in the middle. You can't be doing all the work that they're not doing for you because that's just gonna drive them farther away. Do not chase it. This is partially advice for myself. I'm gonna be watching this video, clicking like and commenting below, being like, I relate so hard because I've been there. And regardless of how close you are with somebody, if they're not meeting you in the middle, you need to go find someone else that will. And if you can't find someone else that will, then just stand there in the middle by your damn self and be happy with yourself. That's currently the state that I'm in right now because I'm really focusing on my own life, because when this is right, when your own life is fully intact, that's when you attract people to you. There's a reason it's called attraction, because if you chase something, it runs. Let me put my glasses back on, getting myself all worked up in a tissy right here. I want to know about how you guys act when you like somebody. Do you reach out to them a lot? Do you have rules for what you do and don't do to keep their attention? How do you gauge if they're into you? I want to know what your guys' experience is with this as well. So I guess that's all I have for right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.